free. He's getting him. We can protect Tris. Good shit, good shit.
Good Ash.
20 ML, 20 ML.
I'm going.
Good catch.
Ash has flash.
Nice.
Let's go, baby!
12 ML, 12 ML.
I'm coming.
We should probably Baron.
How long on your ulti?
I can just catch when they go to Baron. I can just go get it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the show here. David Freak Turley, joined by ManCloud and Bloodwater of Team Vulcan. So first off, you know, when we got Cloud9 up here, they wanted to shout out their shirts. I want to say if you guys got anything you want to say about your shirts?
It's a red bird. Check it out.
It's actually a falcon.
It's actually a falcon.
Well, it was actually made by someone on Reddit. I forgot their name though, so shout out to the guy on Reddit that made our shirts.
Shout out to the guy on Reddit. I think it's about all anyone could ask for in the LCS is the anonymous shout out. So guys, you had a 3-0 week. You guys did really, really well. You're pretty securely, barring any major disasters, in second place now, getting a bye in the playoffs. How's that feel?
Feels good. We're like a couple wins away from being secured into the next season, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, yeah.
2 or 3.
You get top 2 and you're in the next season.
Yeah, so it feels pretty good.
Cool. What about you?
Honestly, I feel that we're really safe coming off to Super Week especially. Now, I think that we have a greater chance of securing second spot.
So then talk to me about your game against Curse, because they ran sort of a similar comp to before. They ran the Ashe Zyra lane, and it seems you guys had their team composition figured out really well.
I would say we stumbled upon our first pick. We weren't sure what to pick, so we decided to go with a safe pick, Sona. And that was really good by them, but after that, we kind of fell into our original picks, and that kind of got us going into the game.
What happened that made you kind of stumble on your first pick? Was it like a ban you weren't expecting?
We were expecting them to leave up either Shen or Elise, and then they maybe trade it, but they banned both of them, and it really threw us off, so.
All right, so, but you guys still put your team comp together. So what did you do when you're like, okay, we'll take Sona, and you just, what you said, you just picked the rest of the champions you were expecting for the lineup?
Yeah, basically we just built around Sona and their composition. We try to counter it, counter their playstyle, etc.
So talk to me about building around Sona. Is that more crowd control? Is it hyper carries? What is building around Sona for you guys?
I think it's basic amounts of CC, like smaller ones, and follow-up damage.
All right, because also one thing I saw from you guys was actually a lot of heavy assassination. You had the Malphite, the Ahri, the Evelynn, all these champions who were very good at killing off Ashe and Zyra. Was that just, well, it works with Sona, or was that lucky that you guys managed to beat those champions, or was it not even part of the plan?
Sona is more of one of the hard engage supports, and she fits really well with Malphite and Ahri, which just happened to fall into place with the Ashe pick that they picked. We weren't expecting that either. So.
Wow. All right, well, good job then on winning the champ select. So then to talk about the game a little bit, this is kind of an interesting point. Smithy spent a lot of time jungling early on, whereas Saint actually went and kept the turrets alive. You guys actually had an early turret deficit. Is that a weakness of Evelynn, or was that fine for you guys?
Honestly, I think it was fine for us because we were actually killing Rumble a lot and making him back. And Saint was wasting a lot of his time bottom. Even though he was defending the turret, I feel like we still wanted to trade off.
Oh, cool. So then moving on to the game, ManCloud, you started getting really farmed. You got so big that you got not one but 2 Deathfire grasps. Tell me about this build. It seems really good.
The CDR stacks. That was intended.
So then why'd you sell it for a death cap?
Because it looks better.
It's more fashionable.
Yeah, I'll just go with that. Yeah.
All right.
Pretty sure I accidentally right-clicked on the, you know, if you select large rod and all the items are on the top?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I right-clicked on DFG up there instead of death cap, and I just didn't even notice it, so I don't know.
You guys, you still won, so it seems to work out pretty well.
Yeah.
And now, Bloodwater, actually, speaking of your buys, I really like the Mikhail's Crucible pickup. Was that specifically to Ashe, or was that kind of more of a standard grab for you guys?
Basically, I thought about getting Mikhail's. I've been getting it a lot recently, and the reason I got it was because of the Nasus Wither or the Ashe Arrow. But honestly, I never used it because of the Ashe Arrow, because Smithy had a QSS, and we had a Malphite who would block the arrow sometimes.
You guys did actually a really good job of blocking Ashe arrows. I know Smithy ran into one at the very end of the game and QSS'd it. Sid got hit like 3 times in a row. Is that a sort of mid-game decision, like, guys, make sure we're positioned to block these initiations?
Pretty much, we all coordinated specifically, and we knew where Ashe was, and we were trying to block out the arrow multiple times.
That was really well played. You managed to get pretty much every engage in your guys' favor. One other thing I noticed with Sid, actually, is he went very low farm, and Smithy got a lot. At some point, it was like Sid had like 112, and Smithy had like 180 or something. Was that a choice in donating farm one way, or did it just work out that way?
I'm not sure what happened there or how it happened, but I'm pretty sure Benny might have had to back a couple of times or a lot of times, and Smithy just took the farm instead of him.
All right, of course, that worked out for you guys. So thinking back around this week, you guys have had really good job. You guys went 3-0. We always name an MVP at the end of the week. Who would you guys think that your MVP was?
Cloud can go first.
I'm gonna have to say Zuna.
Zuna?
Yep, shout out to my boy Zuna. Yesterday, I told him, you're gonna carry me for once, and he did. So MVP Zuna.
Bloodwater?
I think Benny, Psycho said, he's actually stepped up his game a lot, and he's actually playing more manly for once, which is good.
Well, that's good. Good job, of course, to you guys with the 3-0 week. You have 1 week left. What are your predictions coming into week 9? And then if you think about it yet, what about the playoffs?
I'm definitely going to go and try to go 5-0 in Super Week. That's our main goal right now, and we think we can do it.
How about playoffs? You guys think about it yet?
We haven't even started planning for Super Week yet, but that's tomorrow. So.
All right, well, guys, congratulations again, and congrats on the 3-0. Top 2, if you make it, you're in Season 4, and that'll be great for you guys. But that's it for us for the interview. We do have 3 more games to go, but before we get to them, let's send it over to Jack to break down some of the day's big plays.
Thank you very much, Freak. And I just wanted to break down the team fight at the end of this Dignitas TSM match we saw, because it was such a back-and-forth game, and really it came down to target selection for Dignitas, trying to get the priority threats from TSM down immediately before TSM could go in and assassinate them. So let's just start this clip and roll it off right from the start. Dignitas peels off the Baron almost immediately onto Dyrus with the crescendo. Let's pause it here. And you can see the huge clump of Dignitas people already taking Dyrus down pretty much immediately. And here for TSM, it's about how well they can spread out from the Dignitas team comp so that the triple melee threat line that Dignitas has in that big circle doesn't kill all of them. And we'll have to track how much damage that does to TSM as Dignitas tries to run him down. So let's keep rolling the clip here. Dyrus' GA pops, and immediately they jump onto Wild Turtle again. Let's actually pause it here. You can see it's still just another clump around the second TSM threat, because Dignitas is moving from one to the other. The difficulty, though, for TSM in this situation is, since all of their threats are constantly worried about getting focused, they have no one to worry about the biggest threat of all on Dignitas, who's I'm a Cutie Pie, who, as we watch the rest of this, is untouched through the entire thing. So keep rolling this clip. You can see Wild Turtle goes down. As soon as Dyrus rests from his GA, because the spacing wasn't right between Wild Turtle and Dyrus, he fell almost immediately. And finally, they go on for I'm a Cutie Pie. Let's pause it here. And this is where, if this was a COG game, the internet would have been flooded with Ezreal mechanics, because I'm a Cutie Pie showed up for this fight. He barriered at the very last second. Look at how much health the Odd One has and how hopeless it seems for I'm a Cutie Pie. At the very end of this fight, as we're going to roll it right now, he was a frame away from dying to the Odd One's Q, but he's finally able to hit him right at the end. Ends up cleaning up everyone else. Kiwi Kid comes in at the very end for the ace, and Dignitas took this fight to end up winning the game. And when we were talking to Kiwi Kid after the win, he was saying even though the Barons were helpful in their victory, it was really about their improved team fighting near the end of the game that helped them win. And team fights like that are exactly why. Let's send it back to the guys at the desk.
Thanks very much, Jat. And now we asked you guys to send us your questions about the North American LCS. So here's what you wanted to know. At Nick Guilfoyle. Yeah, that's good. I'm good at reading names that I don't know how to read. Why hasn't any team found a strategy to shut down Cloud9 after 8 weeks?
Now, I think the team that is most likely to do that is Vulcan. After what we just saw dealing with Curse, who used the Cloud9 champions, I think Vulcan actually can take out Cloud9 next.
I think that's probably the most likely. I mean, certainly Vulcan in second place right now, arguably the second strongest team in NA. And looking back at their games, they gave Cloud9 one of their 2 losses. And their most recent game, they had a huge lead early on. And it was just like a crazy, incredible comeback by Cloud9. So they've already shown they've got what it takes, I feel. So good luck. We'll see if they can do it there in their last matchup. Next one up, Cody Breedlove asks, next week is a big week for everyone. Do you think we'll see standard strats or people showing things they've been hiding?
So it depends on where you are in the standings, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to see a lot more flavor next Super Week, because teams that are on the bottom are going to be desperately trying to climb back in and use cheese, as so many people are fans of calling it. And then people at the top, like Cloud9, after they've secured their Season 4 spot and they've secured their playoff bye, they can actually start trying out different things in an actual competitive environment, which is very rare.
That is really important, and so it's going to be seeing, who hides what, who shows what. Velocity actually in the interview last night said that they would bring out something new if they were eliminated, things that they didn't think were ready to play, but, well, we'll use it for practice, I guess. So we'll see what ends up coming out with these guys. Now, next up, it's going to be I'm not even going to try. Olaf, yeah, I'm going to say Olaf, and we're going to move on. Wants to know, what champions do you find the nope, not going to. What champions do you find the most fun or interesting to cast?
I love the Ashe ones because then we have a lot of moments where even the casters are like, oh, and we build it up. What about you?
Ooh, man. So now, Maokai always has a place in my heart because of Riv's touchdown sapling. I think Caitlyn ultimates from the Fountain are one of the most enjoyable as well.
That was fun. I was with both of those.
Yeah, and you didn't even have words for it, just arbitrary sounds.
Oh my god.
So that was always fun. But any of the high burst assassins that just make people disappear, I think are really fun. Any of the Zed puts on sunglasses, walks away, death mark kills, those are good too. But number one's got to be Teemo. I just kept answering names of champions.
So Mac Noon, you're just waiting for another All-Stars Mac Noon game so you can see Teemo again? Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with this one. Now, guys, for those of you who we read on air, congratulations to the winners of the Logitech Gaming Mice. Those were some sweet tweets.
And as usual, just keep hitting us up with your answers on Twitter, or your questions, actually, as your answers are now questions. We're at LOL Esports, and remember to use the hashtag LCS.
Yeah, we are going to answer a couple more today, for real this time, so keep hitting us up. Now, here at the North American LCS, we want to get better. We want to bring you the best esports broadcast possible, and we want your help to do that.
Just head over to bit.ly/NALCS feedback, fill out the quick survey, and help us level up the North American LCS.
And with the playoff race continuing to tighten up, let's take a look at the standings heading into our final 3 games of Week 8. It's no surprise that Cloud9's in first place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, weird, right? The Vulcans, of course, sitting in second, and they had a 3-0 week right there, so they're looking really good for that one.
Yeah, then CLG and Dignitas are tied for 4th, with Team Coast just 1 win behind in 6th, and Curse sitting in 7th. Finally, at the bottom is Velocity.
And because I forgot to read it, TSM's in 3rd, in case I didn't get that one out there for you guys. But, yo, we have 3 more games coming your way today, starting with Cloud9 looking to secure a first-place finish in the regular season when they take on Velocity. That Velocity team is fighting for their lives right now.
After that, Counterlogic Gaming tries to take out Team Solo Mid for the 3rd time when they step into the Rift. And today's finale features Zion Spartan and Team Coast battling Skara and Team Dignitas.
So, guys, we've got to take a short break, and while we do, we're going to do a bit of a broadcast lane swap. So don't go anywhere because the race for the North American playoff continues right after these messages. I call play-by-play.
Pick order. Hello.